Can you hear me? Get right in. Oh, here we go. If I can read this. It's really good to be here in Rochester with people that care about liberty. I was checking the web today, and Friday the national debt was 15.615 trillion. And then I was looking around and I saw that for today it's 16.628 trillion. So it grew 13 billion over the weekend. The national debt rises $1 million every 27 seconds. Okay, that's expected. On December 21, 2011, a historic event took place. The U.S. national debt became higher than the U.S. gross domestic product. We're now in we're a triple-digit percentage nation with a national debt over 100% of our GDP. The federal government borrows 42 cents for every dollar it spends. Now, how long do you think this can continue? How long can that continue? Not very long. The U.S. Congress hasn't passed a budget for over 3 years, and you know, nobody seems to have the political courage, except maybe Congressman Ryan from Wisconsin. Boy, I wish he was my congressman. I wish Scott Walker was our governor, too. I told all my students in my classroom in Wisconsin, you're the best governor, the best congressman in the whole United States. That's a great thing. Now, the United States, we've been on a drunken spending spree for 50 years. 50 years. The greatest generation, which fought to defend our country in World War II, and I love that generation. That generation was as guilty as anyone else for allowing this spending to continue and to grow. We allowed it to happen to us. Now here's a trivia question for you. Ready for this? What president since World War II has allowed the national debt to increase at the highest percentage rate during his 2 terms?
George Bush.
Ronald Reagan, 112%. There you go. You know, I mean, you know, everybody loves Ronald Reagan, but he more than doubled the national debt, and that was, you know, it's been going on. Republican, Democrats been going on for 50 years. I'm sorry, Tea Partiers, but the Republicans have no better record than the Democrats in cutting spending.
We don't care.
The only person that has talked a lick of sense, economic sense, in the Republican Party primaries has been Ron Paul. Ron Paul, by the way, he swept the delegate count, I think it was last weekend, in 3 Minnesota congressional districts. So 9 Ron Paul delegates are going to go down to wherever the convention is. Where's the convention this year? My kids, by the way, my college students, they love Ron Paul. They want the government out of their pocketbook and out of their personal lives. And young kids like that. But that's not going to happen. We know who the nominee is going to be, probably Mitt Romney. In March 19, 2012, CBS News said, the national debt has now increased more during President Obama's 3 years than 3 years and 2 months in office than it did during 8 years of President Bush's presidency. So it took Obama 3 years to do, in dollar terms, not percentage, to do in dollar terms what Bush did in 8 years. Look, we're down a dangerous path here. We're running in, there's only 4 ways to reduce the national debt. Number 1, tax your way out with tax increases. We know that's impossible. It's not going to happen. There aren't even enough rich people in the world to do that, okay? Number 2, slash government spending by huge amounts. Now, I don't want to offend anybody here, but to really cut this government spending to where we should have it cut after 50 years of binging, we'd have to probably take 75% out of the Medicare budget, probably half out of the Social Security budget. I look out in the crowd here and I see a lot of people on Medicare and Social Security. You probably don't want that cut. And that's probably not realistic, but that's what would have to be done to really balance the budget and get us back again. We can inflate our way out. This is the way I think they're going to take. I think that we're going to inflate our way out of this thing. And what happens is prices go up, the Fed creates money, prices go up, and you get taxed on inflation. Instead of having a formal tax where you have to vote for it and pay it, you just have to pay more for a can of peas, a loaf of bread, and because there's more funny money around, and that ups prices. last deflate your way out, and that would be deep cutting and letting the market assume its levels, and that would give us a depression that would look like, make the 1930s look like the good old days, okay? So that's all we got left. It's not good. I tell you right now, I'm not optimistic about our future. We've done a lot of damage in this country. We've allowed it to happen. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm an economist, but in my opinion, this national debt and the spending issue is the only, it's not only the most important decision to be made, key election issue, it's everything. Because I'll tell you what, if the American economy crashes and comes to its knees, nobody's going to worry about somebody getting an abortion, some gay guy getting married, or legalizing marijuana. That's all going to be minor stuff if we go down in flames on this economy. So, look, we need to get our financial house in order fast. I'm not sure we can, I'm not sure Romney can win. We'll find out. Maybe Obama will mess up, and that would be great. Oh, look, Obama is an idiot on economics. A complete idiot on economics. So is Geithner and all these guys that got running that show, okay? But we can do our best to replace Tim Walz, who's also an idiot on economics, to replace Senator Klobuchar. That would be a nice thing. Remember one thing. Obama's hands have been tied by all the Republicans that came to office last year, 2 years ago, the Tea Party people, right? Who won't compromise. Let's put more of them in office. Let's all right. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Good luck. We're all in this together. Love liberty. Love your country. Thank you very much.